Hello guys, what's up? It's your boy Hellkit2 here, and today I want to talk a little bit serious about the game Get M2. So recently I have been noticing that the game, well, mostly I don't know if you guys have noticed it, but the game have players dropped immensely. Okay, so imagine before when the game first came out and 2 years later, it all channels used to have at least more than 50% of people most of the time. And even when let's say it's not on peak time, the servers are still about 45% minimum. And now that I have noticed recently that there have been less players, like which I can show you right now is, for example, like this channel was in a Vietnamese channel, and as you can see, it was only about 30% maxed. Do you know how much that did? How much that changed? And the reason for this, I think, is probably because due to the fact that many, of course, we have grown up and we have other preferences to go about. Like recently, can change to some first-person shooter like Team Fortress 2, or if you play Minecraft, you're that kind of guy. Or you can just change your preferences to random videos, like now that we have the war between PewDiePie and the Wall Street Journal, but I'm not gonna go too deep into that. And another point that I would talk about is the game itself. So if you played for a long time, you will probably know that the game gets lagged and the frame rate drops to like 3 per second if you play more than 2 hours continuously. And this happens to everyone. Like I've tested a lot. I test on good computers, bad computers, laptops and such. Even some computers and like Alienwares and stuff, like they still have frame drops after 2 hours. Maybe for some better computer it might take like 3 hours, but it will happen. And when it does happen, you have to restart your game, or sometimes even worse, like for example like my computer, you have to, yes, completely restart your entire computer just to play the game for another like 2 hours or something. And I don't know if they have been caring on this, but I think the makers of this game, I think either they did not encounter this issue, maybe because they didn't play the game like they used to, or maybe because, I don't know, they don't put much effort into it anymore. Like, I mean, you have the free like recent updates are pretty bad, like in Vietnamese servers, updates or just putting gold accessories into shops for about like half the price of the money it took you to spend that. It's crazy, and it's breaking the value of this accessory itself. Like here I can show you some of the accessories, and some of them are pretty disturbing. So let's see, for the gold accessory it used to have like 2000 R. It's probably equivalent to about $100 for this dragon blade, and also this military kit and this. But they have been doing this for a long time ago, so I'm not sure what they're getting with this. Probably because, and I don't know about you, but I noticed that in US servers it's hard as hell to get a gold accessory from these gachas, but bloody hell man, in Vietnamese servers they're all over the place. Like I used to spend like 5 of this and I got free gold. Yes, you did not misheard me. I get free gold. I do a 5 and I got this. I got a cube, I don't know what it's called, and I got this. I got 3 in a row. And then when I do another 5, I got this and this. Like it's bloody crazy when you think about it. Like in US servers, you will probably have to spend like 15 draws before you get a gold, and now they're just putting it in the shop. And sometimes in the past they really pisses me off when they put like Dr. Armstrong and let's see, where is it? They put Dr. Armstrong and probably where the fuck is it? Oh, for fuck's sake. They put where the hell they put this. This was used to be a very powerful accessory, but now it's just outdated and there's rarely anyone uses it. Before, one of the most, I remember back in the days where you have OP accessories such as the tiara ring, the Beelzebub cloak, and you got that. Now it's just gold accessories all the way, and that will lead me to another point that I wanted to say. And I wanted you guys to take this under the perspective of a newbie. Okay, so imagine you're a newbie and you get into a room, and most of the time you're gonna get people with accessories, golden accessories, and experience over 1 million. They're everywhere, and sometimes you get a room with all those people, and sometimes you have like 14 billion XP up in a room, and it just became so intense that you cannot enjoy the fun of the game. Like it's batshit crazy when you think about it. Oh god, I don't know what. Another point I want to talk about is, since when you're start of the game, you did not have many accessories. All you have, back when I started the game, you only have the badge and probably the shoes. Now in US servers they give you the gloves. I don't know if it's new or not. I just recently started a new account there, and the menu looks amazing. You can check it out for yourself if you want to create a newbie account. But besides from that, I understand that you're newbie, you're not supposed to get good accessories right from the get-go, but at least give me something that I can get some kills. When I look back and I see that they gave me a badge and probably the boxing gloves, I can tell you right away that those accessories are bad, and if you know how to play the game, you can basically go, yes, no accessories, or if you're using a badge with a crazy and hurt, if you're that kind of guy again. But regardless, it's so insane. Like I just recently created another Smurf account, and I try to use all my skills with just bare hands, and sometimes with accessories. I can guarantee you, I always get killed by two things. The first is that people with gold accessories or some crazy inherits that combine into a combo. If I lose to that guy, then I'm probably not gonna be ashamed and spicy. But the second thing which really disturbs me is the lag. It's everywhere now, and let me remind you that this happens to everyone. And imagine like you just start an account, you probably do some newbie missions, and it probably takes you like 1.5 hours, and then you just realize, and you're just wondering like, oh, maybe now I can have some decent experience on the game, I can go to the stadium and start fighting people. But no, that's when the lag kicks in and you have to realize how shitty this game was. And then you're starting to realize your life decisions, and you're gonna go play some Half-Life 2 or something, I don't know. And also with the thing with like heroes ranking and pro players, there's always a trend when a newbie enters the room. these pros always gonna feed on these newbies, and I find that to be very unfair. I know the room is free for all sometimes, but like these new guys, man, they just feeding on these newbies, and it's very frustrating. Like, of course, imagine you started a game and you wanted to like accomplish something. You want to get at least like the top 5 or the top 4, because basically the top 3 are all retards with gold accessory. Yeah, I'm looking at you, Night Raid main. Anyway, besides from that, there's really not much to it. Like, I mean, the game is like 4 or 5 years old now. I didn't expect them to go any further than that. It's basically the game, the company that made Cosmic Break after all. And if you look at Cosmic Break, it was even less players than get entered too. And I would have not known for the company like Cyberstep if they did not make Get Entered 2, and somehow they made Cosmic Break. Like, I just anyway guys, that's pretty much it for now. I'm really sad when I had to make this video. Like, I have to talk shit about the thing you love so much. Like, I spent like 4 years playing this game, and to see that the game is coming to an end, it really saddens me, you know. I feel like all of those times, well, it were good times, but I guess the fun will have to end sometimes eventually, unless they decided to upgrade the game engine and giving people decent updates. Then maybe people will start seeing, oh, the game is finally good again, so I can come play it. But right now, guys, the only advice I can tell you right now is, maybe you liked it, maybe you don't, but if you still feel like you have a little spark that is still love this game, then I suggest you go out there and play it, and maybe give those newbies a chance. Well, if you saw one, newbies nowadays are like, they are even more rare than having a free gold accessories in a row, I'm telling you. So I'm just gonna wrap this up, guys. It's not much, but I guess that I hope in the future the developers will probably have some new ideas for the game, and they will finally realize where they have gone wrong, and they decided to fix themselves. I don't know. To be honest, I don't have any game development experience, but I think the developers should listen to their gamers and respond to it. Like, I know it's not a very popular game compared to games like League of Legends or Dota, but it's a fun game, and it's a game that has a totally different mechanics. It brings Street Fighter to a whole new level, 3D level, and I really enjoy it. It really has some moments where you thought, so this guy's gonna lose, but in the end he won, so those moments were very appealing. And for those of you who haven't played this, well, I suggest you try it out, maybe, and if you like it, you can play it. If you don't like it, you can move on. Anyway guys, I'm just gonna wrap this up here, and I hope to see you guys in the future. So without further ado, challenge.